Hey, what's going on, Stepper? So at 20 years old, I attained financial independence by way of nothing to do with money. But first, let's understand the difference between financial independence and financial freedom. Now, financial freedom is when you no longer have to trade time for money. But financial independence, you still have to trade time for money, but you no longer rely on someone else to give you that money. So now that that is clear, the way I attained financial independence the first way at 20 years old is by having definiteness of purpose, guys. And this is opposite to what you hear amongst the common society. They'll try to, kind of preach on you as a young person that you'll just figure out what you want to do in life. It'll just come to you, right? Maybe just pick one subject in school and then the other one will come to you so you can switch subjects. Guys, that is false. You don't want to live your life like that. The reason why is because you'll be fall victim to what they call shiny object syndrome. Always chasing the new hottest thing that's supposed to make you the most quickest cash, right? Life don't work like that. You have to be definite of what you're doing, but that's not even enough. You have to be definite of why you're doing it. Being definite of why you're doing it is having definite of purpose. That'll keep you going at any time you even think about doubting yourself. You realize you can't. There's no point of it. You have the purpose, and the purpose, having your heart in each step, you're already a success. Now, the next thing, guys, me being able to establish a routine at 20 years old really helped, or at 19, excuse me, really throughout my life actually, helped me establish a routine that really just helped me drag it throughout my life. So what I mean by this, no different than if you had a class schedule, right? So if you're in school, you had a class schedule, you have first bell, second bell, reading, math, science, all of these things is the same in life. You have to be able to separate the difference, understanding that, hey, I have to do this first, this next, and then this next. Having those priorities, establishing that routine, we are all ultimately just a product of our routines. We do the same thing every day. We rely heavily on that so we don't have to use too much of our brain energy to make too many decisions, guys. So that being said, once you attain success, it's really as a result of the routine that you have established. Now, lastly, guys, and really most important, honestly, is being able to have presence of mind. So me being able to have presence of mind throughout my young experience, being able to embrace myself in the moment, guys, was a huge thing. Because when you don't embrace yourself in the moment, your mind drifts. You start thinking about different subjects, and you, at this point, are allowing your brain to use you instead of having you using your brain power. It's a major difference, guys, really a major difference. And we actually have this thing coming through, so we're gonna let it do its thing, but just think about that. Your brain is gonna be able to use you and do so many things. However, okay, so that went away. But think about that, guys. Your brain, have you ever just drifted in thought, right? If your teacher's talking to you, your teacher's just talking about a subject and you just looking like, what did they say, right? Or if you're reading something, and if you're reading, you're literally reading the pages, but it's really not captivating your interest, you're really not involved in it. So you're reading these pages and then you like, what did I just read? So you have to go back and reread it. This is called not being presence of mind. You're allowing your mind to drift. You're not taking control of one of the biggest, best instruments that we have to utilize to really attain success in life, and that is our brain power. It's the energy that creates worlds, guys. So that being said, your brain power is no different than how you're watching this. Somebody thought about this. Somebody thought about electricity. Somebody thought about that thing that just rolled by. That is what you're capable of using if you use it. The problem is, if you don't use it, then it'll use you. Lastly, guys, and I said that was the most important, but this is really important. Guys, faith. When I really established the importance of faith throughout my life, it was really like, it really changed everything. It changed the aspect of what I really expected out of life. Guys, we get what we expect out of life. And that was really the difference. I realized that I was worthy of what I expected out of life because of the last three things that I just said, having definite purpose, but also putting the work in. So if you feel like you're worthy out of life, worthy of what you want out of life, the universe will gladly hand it over to you. All you have to do is meet them halfway. But in other words, all you really have to do is get to stepping.